Hello Pisces, so let's see what's going on here. Okay, so we've got Knight of Wands, Queen of Wands, fire energy going on here. Weird for a water sign. Fire. A lot of wands, so many wands, like wow. And no cups energy, which is quite strange because in the last reading that I did for the first half of November, this was like lots of cups energy. So this is from the 16th to the 22nd. So let's see what's going on. I want to look straight at that Knave of Wands because that to me, in reverse, is pretty much the fact that you haven't really had much faithful loyalty in your life. Maybe you've had somebody that's really cheated on you or cheated you. You've had an element of people not being as loyal as they could be to you, and so maybe you feel a little bit like you know, I don't trust strangers anymore. I don't trust strangers with candy type of thing. That's what I get from that. Two of Wands in reverse says to me that, you know, there's a situation in your life where you don't feel like you've got the best, you can't do something to the best of your ability, so you don't feel like an adult with it, so maybe you just don't feel like you have the skill. You feel a little bit like you're being emotionally immature about the situation. You know, you don't really know what your purpose is with the situation. You know, I think this is really a bit more of a material than a love thing. So this is more like, I don't know what my goals are, you know, and maybe I think for you as well, Pisces, is you don't really have much clarity about what you really need in your life. Again, you feel a bit emotionally immature about the whole thing. And I think you have a hard time trusting people and letting yourself be open to people because you think they're going to judge you for being who you are. So I think there's a sense of, in these coming, you know, in these dates, from the 16th to the 22nd, is starting to, you know, put the big boy pants on a little bit and be a bit more mature about the situation. We've got Judgment. So I think, you know, you feel a little bit alone in your situation as well. Like, I think you feel a little bit like, I'm the only person that's experiencing what I'm experiencing, which again is kind of an immature statement. So I think, you know, there's an element of you having to step back and really look at the bigger picture here. That makes a lot of sense actually, because we've got a lot of Wands energy, which is fire. So you might have to take that Sagittarius stance of really, you know, looking at the bigger picture, stepping back, and not sort of like, I don't want to be like a sweeping statement, but, you know, not being too emotional and watery, you know, and being a bit more charged forth, you know. The bell has to ring, you know what I mean? There has to be somebody that's like, something has to change, okay? It has to be either you or it has to be someone else that's going to push you to change, to do something in these coming dates. But I think there's a really sense of you feel alone in your thoughts because you don't have clarity, you cannot see the bigger picture, you know. Queen of Wands in reverse, have a look at that. Again, I think with Queen of Wands, you know, similar to Leo, you've had an argument with somebody or someone screwed you over and you've been a bit emotionally mature about it. You're like, I don't want to understand you. I don't care about what the outcome is. I want to be right. And I think this is where the not feeling adult is. So let's put these together. So the Two of Wands and the Queen of Swords in reverse. So this is like where you've been emotionally mature about something. You're like, I have not even attempted to try and understand about this situation. I'm not calling you out here, by the way. This is just what I'm reading. You know, you've not attempted to really see the other side, and you've not attempted to express love either. There's just a sense that you haven't been as graceful as you could be about this situation, really. But we have got Knight of Wands in upright, which says to me, you know, out of this argument, you are going to get a kind of proposal. So this is very similar to Leo. So this is why we might be getting some Wands energy here. So if you've got Leo in your chart, that might be interesting to look at too. Knight of Wands. You know, this is proposal, this is advancement, this is you moving forward. So I do see that even though we've been through a patch where we've been a little bit emotionally immature, we are really pushing that. Also, I just thought I'd mention that we got Queen of Wands twice. in reverse. So that is really very strong. You know, this is where we've had an argument, we've had a disagreement with somebody, and we've been not as sympathetic and empathetic as we could be. But that Knight of Wands is really great, actually. This is a good sign. This is that we're moving forward, we're pushing on to growth, okay? So we're not going to stay in that emotionally mature place, although it is hard and difficult because we feel alone with that Judgment card. I think the Knight of Wands is really, it's really you taking charge of your life. Yeah, this is very Leo. We've also got Three of Wands, more wands, Three of Wands in upright. So Three of Wands again is really Leo energy because this is about strength, and also just this is you gaining that wisdom and knowledge. So again, I think you're going to have an argument or a disagreement with somebody, and you will sort of get that intelligence, and you will sort of feel like, oh, feel sort of bad about it. But I think you're going to persevere. You're going to push through. Strength and Knight of Wands together. This is real fast-paced movement. This could be, you know, an argument in love. We've had a situation where, you know, there's a little bit of like back and forth because you don't really know what you want, the other person does, or vice versa. And, you know, now there's a sort of, what would you call it? An ultimatum of sorts, where it's like, by the way, you give me this advancement, this proposal of some kind, this sense of commitment. Otherwise, I'm not going to be very happy, you know, strength. So we also got Page of Pentacles in reverse as well. This is where, again, I just think you can't be bothered with things. Like, you're just feeling like you don't want to do work, you don't want to study. So I think you want to be alone. I think you don't want to hear others' opinions of you. This Page of Pentacles in reverse and Judgment work really well. I think you're just like scared of what people's opinions are about a situation in your life. You don't want to hear it. And this is where the disagreement comes in, because you're like, I'm not prepared to talk about this. Don't want to talk about it, you know. I think that comes through strongly here. And then we've got Eight of Swords in reverse. So again, I think out of this argument, there was a bit of a sense of feeling trapped. But now I think you are starting to see the light here. I think this just works with Strength and Knight of Wands. So I think what happens is, like, it's kind of like you think all is lost and you feel alone in a situation, but there is a bit of hope here with this Three of Wands, this Knight of Wands, and this Eight of Swords in reverse. So I think we've got, you could be dealing definitely with Leo or air, or you know, an air sign. You know, I do see this kind of you know, this crisis being averted. You have to go through sort of a bit of a rough spot to reach a good place in your life. And I think also that really says to me, this Eight of Swords in reverse, that you shouldn't conform to what people think of you. You know, I think if somebody in these days is going to try and push something on you, and you know, you're going to feel a little bit judged with it, and I don't think you should take that on board. I just don't think it's important for you to take on board. But we have got some advancement, and we have got some kind of strength and pushing on. So I definitely think keep hold of that and keep working towards that. Anyway, that was your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did like it, please like, comment and subscribe. And yeah, thank you very much.